Hello and welcome to episode 154 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got two games for you. We're at home to Liverpool in the Premier League and then away to my old club Stoke. But before both of those games, I'm going to show you the business we've done in the January transfer window, and that's coming up next. Okay, well, as you can see, during the January window, we made two signings. We signed Freddie Abaroa from Club America for £9.75 million, and we splashed out £80 million on Mark Talbot from Chelsea. So let's meet Freddie Abaroa first of all. And he is a young central midfielder or right winger, and has 2.5 stars of current ability, 4.5 stars of potential, is 19 years of age and already has 11 caps for Mexico and has his first international goal. So very excited about what he might be able to bring to the table. And secondly, let's have a look at Mark Talbot, the man we brought in from Chelsea, a 3-star current ability, 4-star potential, 23-year-old central defender, and he is one that I'm very pleased to get in. Boosts our options at centre-back. And so that concludes the January transfer window business, and I'll be back in a moment to show you the team to face Liverpool. Time now for the first match of today's episode, and our opponents are Liverpool, and I've decided on a change of approach for this one, and I've gone for an experiment. I have put the squad details into ChatGPT and asked it to come up with a formation based on our players' attributes, and this is what it's come up with. And the team it's told me to select is Falcao in goal, back four is Wagstaff, Martos, Jackson and Regis, Boyle and Quiroga in central midfield, Barre, Bidner and Francesco behind, Lapsevich up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well, my assistant manager is suggesting I emphasise the credit given by the media. I am going to disagree with that. I'm going to point the finger and remind them that we could go top of the league with a win, and let's do our bit. So let's do that, and let's get into the tunnel. Is it right to say that Newcastle need to score more goals and soon? Of course, yeah, if we're not scoring goals, we're going to find it very hard to win. What do you attribute your recent good home run to? Hard work. Where do you need to improve after a disappointing outing against Crystal Palace? Take our chances would be a good start. I'm looking for a reaction. Let's go with that. Okay. So here we go. As you can see, we're in ropey form, just one win from the last 5. So let's see if we can turn around our form against one of our title rivals. I'll get the league table up there as well so we can keep an eye on that. And our first highlight is a Liverpool highlight. Leding back to Elianusi down the right hand side. Elianusi not being put under much pressure. Leding back to Tuati, and the shot comes in from Gueye. It's over the top and the highlight comes to an end. So I think we'll demand more at this point. We've not offered a lot going forward, but we do have a chance to go top of the league, so we need to be making the most of that. Martos to Wagstaff on the left, infield to Boyle, who gives the ball away. Leding comes forward, shoots, but his shot is too high. And Boyle needs a bit of a talking to, I think. If I can find him. There he is. Calm down, I think we'll go with. hasn't really had the effect I was hoping for. As you can see, Liverpool have had much the better of this first half. Formation is pretty good defensively by the looks of it, but we haven't really been a threat going forward. Boyle to Barre, cuts infield, comes forward, plays it into Francesco. Lapsevich is onto it and can't force it past the goalkeeper. Leding for Liverpool away to Esteval, plays it into Hearn, and Regis puts it out for a throw-in. Highlight comes to an end and it does look like it's going to be 0-0 at half time. Regis' ball forward, Bidner gets it into the middle, Lapsevich hits the post, and that's half time. It's 0-0. So let's go in and say time for everyone to dig in. We are the better team, just. Let's have a look at potential substitutions. Anybody playing terribly? Not really. Anybody need to come off for fitness reasons? Again, not really. So I think the only thing I'm going to do is go to positive rather than balanced, and let's see how that goes in the second half. So we're underway. Let's await the first highlight before we decide what response to come up with. Leding for Liverpool to Tuati, into Leding again, dispossessed by Bidner, who is in turn dispossessed. Leding to Hahn, and Rodriguez shoots, but it's over the top. So a demand more definitely needed. Costa's free kick, short to Tuati. Costa again into Elianusi. It's given away. So Bidner comes forward for Newcastle. It's given away again though. It's a scrappy phase of play at the moment. Gueye plays it through for Rodriguez. Don't foul him. It's played back to Gueye, and Sharif Gueye scores for Liverpool. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. So definitely need a demand more, and I think this tactic suggestion from the AI hasn't really worked. So demanding more, and I'm going to change the tactic. So we'll pause it there. We're going to go back to my usual Notts County 4-3-3 that we have been using. In fact, no, it's the Stoke 4-3-3, isn't it, that we have been using with the Mazzala. It is. So, what changes do we need to make this work? We need to take off Francesco. He's playing really poorly, and bring on Abaroa. And Florian Bidner needs to come off and be replaced by a defensive midfielder. In fact, let's bring on... I'm going to put Abaroa in there, and then I'm going to take Boyle off and bring on Alonso, and I think other than that I'm probably fairly happy with this at the moment. Defensively our ratings are not bad, so we won't change anything there. Barre does need to come off though, so we'll bring on Christopher Quinn on the left hand side, and then let's see how that plays out for a 10 or 15 minutes, whether we can manage to find a way back into the match. It's the Liverpool throw-in. Guay back to Rodriguez. Bidner's won it back. Plays it to Wagstaff. Plays it out to Quinn on the left. Forward for Alonso. Alonso gets away from his man. Pulls it back for Wagstaff, who finds Quinn. And Quinn shoots over the top. So let's demand more as soon as we can. And we're into the final 15 minutes. Demanding more. And Quiroga needs to come off. We'll bring on Zerbrugge. And for my final change, Regis needs to come off and we'll bring on Moraes. So David with the ball for Liverpool. And he launches it straight down the middle. Jackson picks it up but is dispossessed by Rodriguez. And Falcao makes the save, but we need a goal. Preferably 2. And it's Guay with the corner for Liverpool. And unless we break from this corner and score, this game's up. Guay though has it for Liverpool. Shoots and it's high and wide. Highlight comes to an end. Can we force a equaliser that we don't really deserve? Pimentel heads clear to Esteval for Liverpool. Plays it to the left hand side, but Moraes picks it up. So we attack down our right hand side. Bidner's ball forward and it's headed back to the goalkeeper for Liverpool. David is going to play this short to Lake on the left hand side. He plays it forward for Rodriguez and it's played over the top for Rodriguez to chase onto. Crossed in. Wagstaff has been pulled up for a penalty and Liverpool have the chance to seal the victory. So this experiment hasn't worked. It's going to be a one-time experiment only. And it's going to be Guay with the penalty, sends the keeper the wrong way, makes it 2-0 Liverpool and seals the win. So we've got 2 minutes of stoppage time. We're already nearly a minute into that. And that is the full time. Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 2. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and a trip to my former club Stoke City. And we've gone back to the 4-3-3, but I am tweaking things a little and we're going for a custom tiki-taka with an attacking mentality. And the team for this one is Falcao in goal. Back four is Wagstaff, Martos, Talbot and Regis. It's Boyle at the base of midfield. Alonso and Lopez ahead of him. Barre on the left, Francesco on the right, Lapsevich up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well, for the first time in a very long time, I think my assistant manager has absolutely got the team talk suggestion spot on. So I'm going to point the finger and agree with him. We need to step up our game here to put an end to our recent run of results. And let's go out into the tunnel and answer their questions. Am I hopeful of a performance? I demand one. I know what we're capable of. No, I want to get a result, however it comes, and it won't be easy. Are you hopeful that a change in playing style will result in a change of fortune? Certainly hope so. Do you think Aston Villa can beat West Ham to maintain their title challenge? They're a good team. I'd expect them to do well. Okay, let's get into the action. As always, first 10 minutes, I'm just going to leave things to settle down. And then we will decide what we're going to do after that. And first highlight is a Stoke highlight. They're in behind. Anakin plays it back to Powell, finds Tagseth. Haller. Wagstaff clears as far as Lapsevich. Headed away though. Tagseth, and they're in behind. And Rasset has scored, but he might be offside. We might get away with this. We do. It remains 0-0. A demand more is definitely needed though. Shake us out of our apparent complacency in this match. We're in grave danger, having been title contenders all season, of not even qualifying for the top 4 if we can't sort this out. And there's been precious little in the way of goalmouth action in this first half. Yes, we've had a disallowed goal for Stoke, but we've not had a valid shot on target in the entire first half. And that first half is about to draw to a close. And there it is, half time. Stoke City 0, Newcastle United 0. So we haven't taken nearly enough shots. And I'm going to switch the formation. We're not going to change much. We're going to go to the Stoke 4-3-3 that you are all familiar with. And I'm going to take Lapsevich off, and we're going to need to bring on Christopher Quinn. I didn't want to do that. He's not really suited to the role. I might try Barry up front actually, see if that's any better. It is. So we'll do it that way. And let's get the second half underway and see if this patched up team can manage to cobble a victory away to Stoke. I can't believe I'm saying that sentence given the way we started the season, but that's where we are at the moment. We need a demand more, and I think I'm going to burn the remaining subs now to try and change things. So what can we change? Let's bring on Bidner for Regis, and then put Francesco to right back. Let's take off Lopez and bring on Quiroga. Let's bring on... In fact, what can Abaroa do? Abaroa could come on and play where Alonso is. So that's 4 changes. And for my final change, let's take off the apprehensive and booked Martos and bring on Louis Jackson. And let's resume the match, confirm the changes, get started again, and let's see if we can find a way to win. Demand more, definitely. Into the final 10 minutes, we have had a shot on target, but not a highlight worthy one. Can we get one more chance before the match is out and nick it late on? No, we can't. It ends Stoke City 0, Newcastle United 0. I'll be back in a moment to show you the league table and tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, here is the league table, and as you can see, this ropey run of form that we're in sees us drop down to 3rd place with 17 wins, 4 draws and 7 defeats from our 28 matches, 55 points on the board, 4 points behind leaders Chelsea, who do have a game in hand as well. So let's take a look at when we're going to come back. And unless we reach the Champions League semi-finals, I'm going to bring you back for the final 2 games of the season, away to Leeds United and at home to Arsenal. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.